Imagine an entire neighborhood without electricity. The cold seeps into the bones as families try to warm themselves as best they can. This is not the beginning of a film. It has already happened and can happen again anywhere. When the lights go out in winter, preparedness changes everything. Surprisingly, emergency experts do not recommend expensive equipment or futuristic technologies, but a small set of simple, inexpensive, and easily accessible tools that almost no one thinks about until it's too late. These things can be crucial for enduring a dangerous night or truly protecting one's family from the cold. So today, I will tell you the most important things to know for preparation, without spending a fortune, practically and realistically, without panic. This video is purely informational. It does not replace professional advice, and you should always follow safety rules when using any equipment. The first item is body heaters. These devices resemble small portable suns that warm exactly where it's needed most: in the chest, back, stomach, in gloves, boots, or under several layers of clothing. Unlike blankets that only retain existing warmth, heaters constantly generate new warmth, creating a deep and comfortable feeling that helps protect vital body areas even in very cold environments. Moreover, they do not require electricity, installation, or maintenance. They are light, compact, and can work for several hours. In severe cold or power outages, they can play a key role in maintaining body temperature when blankets are no longer effective. Therefore, body heaters become not just a convenient accessory, but a practical ally in self-care, improving sleep, and prolonging life when the frost becomes unbearable. As you progress in the video, each subsequent point will become increasingly important, so stay until the end, because this list could save you. The second point is emergency food supply packages. Having food supplies for emergencies is not a movie plot, but a manifestation of prudent caution. We are talking about non-perishable products that can be stored for years: dried dishes, vacuum-packed portions, soups in bags, rice, tuna, and energy bars that require only a little water, and some require none at all. They are lightweight, easy to store, and designed to provide you with real energy in times of greatest need. This is not about eating for pleasure, but about surviving by obtaining the necessary calories, proteins, and nutrients to stay afloat even in difficult conditions. The main thing is organization. Store various types of food, distribute them between the house, backpack, and car, and check supplies once a year to keep everything fresh. When an emergency occurs, supermarkets are emptied in minutes or become inaccessible, and good intentions won't fill your stomach. Having food that doesn't require refrigeration or cooking can be the deciding factor between anxiety and calm. Preparation now is the key to peace later. But remember, food is only one part of the plan. Article 7. Multi-fuel stove. A multi-fuel camping stove is a tool that helps you feel prepared for almost any situation, as it does not rely on a single type of fuel. It can run on kerosene, gas, alcohol, and even small pieces of wood, making it incredibly versatile. The stove does not require electric lighters or stationary connections, so it can be used in a well-ventilated garage, on a porch, or balcony, following necessary safety precautions. With her help, one can boil water, prepare hot food, and even create a bit of warmth in cold rooms, which significantly boosts morale. Having such a stove is like having a small portable fire at hand. Therefore, it is worth choosing a model that works on multiple types of fuel for greater flexibility. It is also important to store fuel safely, in reasonable quantities, and to practice its use in advance to avoid improvisation in a critical situation. When hot food is especially needed, such a simple tool can significantly enhance comfort and overall well-being. Have you ever experienced a power outage? Write down what you did first. Article 6. A thermos for water. A thermos for water is not just a pretty accessory. This is an indispensable assistant in everyday life and in severe cold conditions. These thermoses can keep drinks hot for 8 to 10 hours, which means that by boiling water just once, you will have warmth for the whole night. Each sip helps maintain a normal body temperature from within, which is especially important in cold weather. Moreover, modern models are becoming increasingly durable and efficient, designed for long-term use and companionship in any adventures or emergencies. But their main superpower is that they provide both warmth and hydration at the same time. In cold weather, it's easy to forget about water because thirst is not felt, but the body continues to lose fluids, and dehydration weakens, cools faster, and reduces concentration. Therefore, always having hot water on hand is not only pleasant, but also beneficial for health. A thermos also helps melt snow, preventing the water from freezing immediately. That's why storing several thermoses and having them handy is a simple and practical solution, more valuable than it seems. And this won't be told anywhere. Article 5. Durable blankets. Forget about thin throws that are only suitable for the couch. When the cold truly hits, you need sturdy wool blankets, military type or synthetic, designed to retain heat. These blankets are heavier as they trap warm air emanating from the body. They continue to insulate even when wet and create a microclimate under the sheets that helps maintain temperature for several hours. This is especially important during power outages or in homes that lose heat quickly. Wool, for example, retains its insulating properties even when wet and can last for many years without losing its effectiveness. Moreover, these blankets are multifunctional. You can use them on the floor for protection against the cold, hang them on doors and windows to block drafts, or use them as an additional barrier against the wind. Thin blankets may seem comfortable, but they gradually allow heat to escape, increasing the risk, especially for children, the elderly, or the sick. It is recommended to have at least 1 or 2 such blankets per person in the house, always prioritizing durability and thermal insulation over softness. This is about protecting the body from the cold, not comfort. Write in the comments if any power outage damaged your appliances. Article 4. House insulation. When we think of cold in the house, most of us immediately look at the heater, but the real problem is often hidden and right in front of us. Windows, although they look sturdy, become real outlets for heat in extreme climatic conditions. A large part of internal heat escapes through them, so before the cold sets in or the electricity is cut off, it is worth sealing them as much as possible. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Пледы, картон, пенопласт, пластиковые пакеты, газеты и даже старые одеяла могут помочь, если их правильно использовать. Важно создать воздушный слой между холодным стеклом и внутренним пространством дома. Well-chosen thermal insulating curtains can reduce heat loss by almost half, enough to spend the night with greater comfort instead of shivering until dawn. However, while retaining heat is important, there comes a moment when new heat must also be generated. When the electricity goes out, electric heaters remain inactive, and alternative fuel heating options come to the rescue. Therefore, preparation is of paramount importance. It is necessary to measure the windows, prepare materials, and know how to seal every space before an emergency arises. In power outages that last for hours or even days, these details make a huge difference between maintaining a livable atmosphere and being completely overtaken by cold in the house. Preparation does not mean panic. It is simply an opportunity to take care in advance to be more comfortable and safe in critical moments. Stay with us until the end, as these 3 tips are the most important. Article 3. The kerosene lamp. Lanterns and LED lamps are very useful, but when the power outage drags on, batteries usually fail first. Here, the classic kerosene lamp comes to the rescue, a simple, reliable, and surprisingly cozy light source. With one refill, it can shine for 15 to 20 hours, offering a warm and steady flame that not only illuminates but also lifts the spirits, adding some warmth to cold rooms. Additionally, you can adjust the wick to achieve both soft, atmospheric lighting and brighter light for reading or working. The best part is that kerosene can be stored for many years and keeps well, making this lamp a true, long-term ally. The main thing is to use it responsibly, placing it on stable surfaces, away from flammable materials, ventilating the room, and keeping spare wicks in good condition. More than just a light source in an emergency, the kerosene lamp symbolizes foresight, calmness, and the ability to maintain a semblance of normalcy even when everything around seems dark. When the power goes out in winter, the real enemy becomes not the cold in the house, but the loss of warmth from the body. In a real situation, it's not necessary to heat all the rooms. It's important to keep the warmth for yourself. Rechargeable hand warmers, thermal gloves, and heated vests come to the rescue. These devices direct heat to key areas, hands, chest, back, and legs, and a single charge lasts for several hours of continuous warmth. It's nice that you don't need one for each person. They can be passed around among family members, allowing each to warm up in turn while the others stay warm. This is vital, as hypothermia doesn't strike suddenly. It begins with fatigue, a tangle of thoughts, and a deceptive sense of everything is fine, until it becomes dangerous. Turning on a heating pad under clothing or a thermal jacket can provide critically important hours of safety until the electricity returns or help arrives. Therefore, having these devices and spare batteries is not a luxury, but a sensible investment. When everything breaks down, there's no need to heat the entire house. It's enough to keep your body warm. This is the essence of overcoming winter outages. When the electricity goes out and the cold sets in, portable gas heaters can be a great salvation for keeping the house warm without relying on electricity. This is a very useful option in emergencies if used responsibly. Modern models are equipped with safety sensors, such as automatic shutdown in case of oxygen deficiency and anti-tipping protection, making them much more reliable than before. The use of such devices must be conscious and carefully thought out, as heat is as important as caution when working with them. To ensure safety, install the devices more than 90 centimeters away from curtains, furniture, and other flammable items. Ensure good ventilation in the room and never charge devices while they are still hot. Store spare fuel in a safe place and familiarize yourself with the heater's operating rules before it is needed in an emergency. When used properly, such heaters not only create warmth, but also provide tranquility during winter power outages, when basic comfort becomes especially important.